All right, so today we're going to learn how to solve equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. And there are a few steps that we're going to follow, and if you follow these steps, you'll get them all right as long as you do the math. So it says identify the middle of the equation. The middle of the equation is always the equal sign. It doesn't matter how many terms are on the left, how many terms are on the right. It's always the equal sign. The second line says, using addition or subtraction, move all variables to one side of the equal sign. So if we have variables on the left and the right, like we do here, 5x and 3x, we have to move one of them to the other side. Step 3 is using addition or subtraction again, move all constants or numbers to one side of the equal sign. So if I move one set of variables to the left, I have to move this -8 to the right. And then the last thing it says is using multiplication. So I'm going to use a multiplication dot or a division sign. Solve for the single variable. And I'll show you what I mean when I'm talking about that. So first things first, let's do some examples. I'm going to do 3 examples, and then you're going to do the rest based on the 3 examples. So step 1 says identify the middle of my equal sign. So I do that because it makes it real easy. And then it says number 2, using addition or subtraction, move all variables to one side. So I have a 5x and I have a 3x. I always like to move the smaller variable, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So I need to move my 3x to the other side. It's positive, so I need to subtract 3x. And I need to subtract 3x over there. So I get 5x minus 3x is 2x minus 8 equals, these cancel out, 10. Once I have this, that was step 2, right? Put a 2 there. Now I need to, step 3, using addition or subtraction, move all constants or numbers to one side of the equal sign. So I need to move this number, a -8. Well, the inverse operation of -8 is to add 8, so I'm going to add 8 to both sides. You get 18 is equal to 2x. And then, that was step 3. These cancel out. And then, I have 2x equals 18, so I need to, step 4, using multiplication or division. I'm going to divide by 2, and my answer should be x equals 9. And again, the division part here was step 4. So those are the 4 steps that we're going to do in order to solve all of our equations. Let's look at another example. I'm going to change up my colors here so that you can see. And I'm going to go through the exact same steps. Number 1, identify the middle of my equation. Excuse me for a second. Number 2, I am going to use addition or subtraction to move the variables to one side. So which one is smaller? My 3r. So I'm going to subtract 3r. And I get 7r minus 8 equals 13. That was step 2, moving the variable. Step 3, move the constants. So I have a -8. I'm going to add 8 because I have to get my variable by itself. And I get 21. Is equal to 7r. And then I'm going to divide by 7, which is step 4. They cancel out, and you get 3. I'm going to put the number 3 right there. So step 2, step 3, and step 4. Okay, I'm going to skip a couple, and I'm going to come down to number 7. And this will be the last one that I'm going to do on this side. Number 7 looks a little bit different because we start with a number, then we have a variable equal to a variable and a number. So just a little bit of a different order. I'm going to go with my blue again. So step 1, identify the middle of my equal sign. Step 2, using addition or subtraction, moved all the variables. Again, I said I want to move the smallest variable. I have a -8 and a +3. -8 is smaller than +3, so I'm going to add 8t to both sides. They cancel, and I get 11t here plus 8 equals negative 25. Then I'm going to subtract 8 because I got to get my variables by themselves. Minus 8. Negative 25 minus 8 would be a negative 33 is equal to 11t. So where were we? We were step 1, step 2. Step 3 is divide by 11. They cancel out, and you would get t equals negative 33 divided by 11 would be negative 3. I'm sorry I'm running out of space here. Should have given myself some more space next time. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice the rest of those, going through those exact same 4 steps. See if you come up with your answers. Then flip it over on the back, and these are the equations that we did last week. I'm going to go over number 11 and then allow you to do the rest of these as well. So we see parentheses, and last week I believe the steps were distribute first. So 5 times x is 5x. 5 times a negative 4 would be minus 20 is equal to 25. So we distribute, and then we are going to kind of do the steps on the previous page. We don't have variables on both sides, so we could skip that one. I need to get my variable by itself, so I'm going to add 20 here, add 20 here. 25 plus 20 is 45 is equal to 5x. Divide by 5. And you get x is equal to 9. Using that, continue and finish the rest of this worksheet. Bring it to me with any questions that you may have. Have a great day.